G'day traders, thanks for joining me. This is going to be, I believe, a part 2 or part 3, depending on where you began. If you want to look for individual market analysis, so if you want to understand what the Dow Jones is doing, what the S&P 500 is doing, and what the NASDAQ is doing leading into April and throughout April 2014, please have a look at the video titled Market Update and Individual Trade Analysis. It will be 2 videos before this one. What this second video is post that original video is just some additional share analysis, which a lot of people really enjoy because they get the benefits of understanding what individual shares are looking to do what moving throughout the week and the months forward. So this is simply an individual share update. It's what I like to do occasionally for those out there in the world who need a hand looking at markets and understanding how to break down markets technically. So although this isn't routine and set in stone in particular days, I do like to do them when in fact I have time. So what I'll do for you right now is go through this individual stock list. I'll start at eBay and then work all the way down to Zynga, ZNGA. We've got about 10 symbols, and if we find something that looks good, we'll stop, we'll speak about it, and you'll get my thoughts on what's going to happen next. So we'll begin with eBay anyway. You can see ticker symbol EBAY. Pardon me, and if you can sort of cast your mind back to the previous video, this is very reminiscent, very similar to that of Berkshire Hathaway. You can see we've actually been consolidating sideways for the best part. If I just change to a candlestick, to an actual line chart, you can see we've been consolidating sideways since January 2013. And what's really been happening is that we've got some sort of short-term agreement on price between buyers and sellers. So buyers are willing to buy at 50, sellers are willing to sell at about $57 a share. What's interesting, if I stay on this type of chart, is that we've broken out above this resistance once, or resistance level which we've established once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. So we broke above it in the month of March, and what's happened is that we've simply come back down and we're starting to tag these old resistance levels as particularly or potentially new support levels. So now if I change back to the candlestick chart, you can see the entries which I have set up. Now this takes a little bit of time to sort of come to the boil, but now I'm very excited about this trade. I've got an entry here at 56.35. Now this is a bullish entry, right, for the next bounce off these old resistance levels as new support, but I also have an entry here at 54.11 in the event that we get back into this channel and we just simply oscillate back down to support like we've done a bazillion times throughout the year 2013. So a very bidirectional trade on eBay can go either one of 2 ways. I love to say that because it's just the simple truth. But again, very interesting trade setup we have. This is probably going to trigger this week, so keep an eye on it. Facebook, again, we caught the breakdown of this double top, 1, 2. Last week we've traded, funnily enough, right into what we thought could be a new bullish trend line. So as you can see, we've got a spinning top or long lower wick on this particular candlestick right here. We've got 2 inside days, and then today we've got a really nice bullish pop, and it's happening right around this bullish primary trend line. So you can see we've got a 63.33 entry. Targets are up here about $72 a share on Facebook. JLD, very similar. We've caught the breakdowns. Right now what appears to be happening is that we're sort of creating some temporary support. So this is a really easy trade to set up for you. If we move below 67.21, you can get in bearish. If we move above 78.95, you can look to enter into this bullish. I'm not going to tell you why it's 78.95. Look through the previous videos. It is, again, based on a retracement. And really what I'm trying to elude you and sort of awaken you to is the fact that we will bounce here. We will come up into a resistance level, and then the real opportunity is on the next selling wave down. Right? We've established that lower low right here, L2. What I think is going to happen is that we're going to establish a lower high relative to this high over here. And at this stage, we'll be at the exponentials. Let me just bring up the exponentials so you can see. There you go. And that's the new shorting opportunity. So GILD, give it a couple of days. I'll address it in the coming months. In the coming weeks or days anyway, once we get that trade set up upon us. IRM, not a lot to talk about. Very neutral in this trade for a very long time. Still nothing to really talk about. Bollinger Bands are starting to squeeze, but they're still not in that definitive Bollinger Band squeeze. So we'll just leave it for a little bit. MA, on that support level, starting to bounce again. 71.38 is the bearish entry. $80.06 is the bullish entry. You can see we're right in the middle of it. Don't want to waste your time. MU, pardon me, this one looks to be breaking out. If I can go the right way and bring this into perspective, 26.13. I've had this set up really since February 2014. So it's been 2 months without a trade on MU. 2 months. But when we get these really nice topping patterns, or you get, say for instance right here, 2 months of sideways price action, when you break above the old swing highs, which is where this $26.13 entry is, then you get that nice trend higher, right? You get that really nice trend higher. So that's a really nice trade. Pardon me. TSLA, Tesla 249.10 is my bullish entry. Not a whole lot to talk about there. Twitter has broken down. It did hit our support level. You should be out of this trade, and you shouldn't be looking to enter into Twitter. Yahoo, again, very similar. Could be a bear flag setting up. This is a profitable trade. Let me just delete these lines so you can see. Did have a little bit of a short-term consolidation breakdown. I'll reset it up. If we break below 34.19, really nice bearish entry down to these support levels at 32, and then down at 29. In the way of a bullish setup, it's really 41.88. That's the position or the entry that I'm looking at on Yahoo. If in fact we get above that. Zinger, again, breaking down below $4.65, which is really good. Target $4.11. We should get there in the coming days. So that's some additional share analysis. Thank you so much for watching this video, ladies and gentlemen. There will be one more after this, which I will update immediately, so you can have it at your disposal very, very soon. All the best, everyone. Goodbye.